Hello students, welcome to Study Hive. In this video we are going to discuss about corrosion, rusting of iron and ways to prevent the corrosion. So let us understand what is corrosion first. The metals reacts with other elements in the surroundings and they get converted into oxides, sulfides and carbonates. See, these oxides, sulfides and carbonates are more stabler compared to their pure forms. Pure metals are less stable when compared to their oxide, sulfides and carbonates. So they always tend to convert themselves into more stabler forms. That's why they react with the oxygen, sulfur, carbon dioxide, etc. and converts themselves into oxides, sulfides and carbonates. But this deteriorates the quality of the metal. That's why it is harmful. The corrosion is harmful to us. Some of the examples of the corrosion in our daily life are: silver reacts with sulfur in the air and turns black. Copper reacts with the moist carbon dioxide in the air and gains green coat. Iron, when exposed to moist air, forms the brown flaky substance. This is called rusting of iron. So we will focus on rusting of iron because iron is the most widely used metal. So rusting of iron, when iron reacts with moist air, it forms a brownish powdery flaky substance is called rust. So let us see what are the conditions required for rusting of iron. So I have taken three test tubes here. In the two I have added little bit water and I have taken 2 iron nails. So in the first test tube A, we have added water and we have immersed 2 iron nails in it and there is presence of air here. So we have both air and water. In the test tube B, we have added water and we have added a thin layer of oil here. And also there is air, but air is not directly in contact with the nails because there is a presence of thin layer of oil which prevents the air entering into the water. And also water is boiled and distilled, so there is no chance of air in the water in this test tube B. What we are doing in test tube C, we have added anhydrous calcium chloride. So what it does is it absorbs all the moisture in the air and makes the air dry. That's why I have written dry air. So there is no water in the air, or also we have not added any of the water here. So what it is there, only the dry air is present in this test tube. Here we will see the iron nails are exposed to only water. There is no air here because we have boiled and distilled the water. There is no trace of air in the water, and the air which is in the test tube is not in contact with the nails. But in test tube A, there is presence of air and also presence of water. So after few days or few times, we will observe that the nails which are there in test tube A got rusted. So by this we will understand that both air and water are required for the rusting of iron. Both the things are very important to rust an iron nail. Students, let us see what are the different ways through which we can prevent the corrosion, because corrosion leads to the deterioration of metal articles by converting it into their oxides, sulfides and carbonates. We don't want to lose or spoil our metal articles. That's why we have to prevent the corrosion of metals. So how can we prevent the corrosion? Either by painting, oiling, greasing, galvanizing, chrome plating and anodizing, or making alloys. See, by applying paint, oil, grease, galvanizing, chrome plating. So these are the methods in which we prevent the exposure of metal to their towards their surroundings. In the surrounding we see there are so many elements which reacts with the metal. See what we are doing. This is a metal. This is inside metal, but outside is anything that can be a paint, oil or grease which is applied on the surroundings. By doing this, what we are doing, we are preventing the exposure of this metal to the surroundings. By that it will not get rusted. Next thing is galvanization. It is a method in which iron and steel articles are prevented and they prevented corrosion or rusting. what we are doing in this process, we are applying a thin layer of zinc. We are applying a thin layer of zinc. See what we are doing, it is the pink color is a zinc. We are applying a thin coat of zinc on iron. So students, you have to understand, even though the zinc coat breaks, the iron articles will not rust. So I'll explain it in upcoming videos. Please to subscribe to my channel and share with your friends. Next we are studying chrome plating. So students, in galvanization we have applied only the zinc. The same way in chrome plating we are applying chromium. The process will be same for both. And next one is alloying. By making alloys we can prevent the corrosion. So what are alloys? Alloys are homogeneous mixture of two or more metals. Homogeneous means they are thoroughly mixed. Evenly, two or more metals are evenly mixed is called alloy. It may not be only the metals, we can also mix them with non-metals. Let us see few examples for that. Brass is made up of copper and zinc. Bronze is made up of mixing copper and tin. Solder is made up of mixing lead and tin. Steel is made up of iron, nickel and chromium. So one of the metal will be in more quantity, that is called base metal. See here, brass is made up of copper and zinc. So copper is the base metal. How we will prepare this alloys? We heat the base metal and it starts to melt. After that we add another alloying metals along with that and we mix thoroughly and then cool down to the room temperature. That's how we prepare the alloys. Some of the characters of the alloys are electrical conductivity and melting point of alloy is less than of a pure metal. See, brass is an alloy of copper and zinc. Bronze is an alloy of copper and tin. Let us see copper, and here also there is presence of copper. Copper has very high electrical conductivity, but brass and bronze, which are the alloys of copper, are not good conductors. So we can say that the alloys have less electrical conductivity and less melting point when compared to the pure metal. And next thing is, hardness of metals is increased by alloying. So we can increase the hardness by adding them with some metals or non-metals. So metals can be hardened by adding either metal or non-metal. Let us see the example. Iron, pure iron is very soft. That's why we are adding some carbon and it becomes very hard. Next is your 22 karat gold. 24 karat, that is pure gold, is very soft. So that we are adding 22 parts of gold with 2 parts of silver or copper to get 22 karat gold. So this 22 karat gold is used for making the jewelry. And it is very hard compared to the pure 24 karat gold. So this was end of this session, students. Please, if you have any doubts, comment in the comment section. Please share the video with your friends. If you like the video, please hit a like button. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you.